Isn't it crazy how after you heal, you know you're not supposed to date casually because the universe is preparing you for your person. There's no apps, there's no talking stages, you're no longer entertaining old connections, you're just fully in your solitude, but it's actually really nice.
Guys, I really think I healed a little too much. I literally don't like anybody.
No woman is having an issue finding a date, okay? They're not having issues finding boyfriends. It's the healed women or the healed people who know that they deserve better and know they've put in the work, they're putting in the work, and they want to continue to do that. That's when dating gets tricky, because now we're all too exhausted to just go on a bajillion dates and, mess around or one night stands, whatever it is. We don't want to do that anymore. We want to protect our peace and live our silly little life. And then, if we go on a date here and there and find our person, great. But stop calling people, crazy or they're the problem because they have standards. That is something you should unpack in therapy.
Have you ever find yourself struggled to get back into the relationship field? Like you've went through a lot of heartbreaks upon heartbreaks. I'm talking about a man and a woman, not just one gender. I'm talking about the both gender. You have gone through a lot of heartbreaks, and now you've healed yourself from all the heartbreaks, and all of a sudden you found it so difficult to go back into the relationship field. Like you don't want to date anymore, you don't want to have anything to do with the other gender. You prefer your vibrator. Yeah, you don't want to date anybody anymore. Have you ever found yourself in that situation? So guys, today's video we are going to be talking about healing after a lot of breakup. You finally heal, you finally get yourself back. Now you don't want to date anymore. You just want to be alone, occupy your mind, occupy your space with work, shopping, going out, traveling, just investing on yourself, that you don't want to have anything to do with a man as it got to that extent. So this video we are going to be hearing from the ladies, not the men, just the ladies. They've had it up to here. They don't want to go into the relationship field anymore. They don't want to date anybody. They just want to enjoy their life. They've healed so much. In fact, they've healed too well. So guys, let's dive into this video. But before we do, please don't forget to give a like and also give your thoughts in the comment section. I'll give my own thoughts at the ending of this video. So let's get into this video, guys.
So I've reached this point in my healing journey that I apparently have heard from other people that it's a good thing, but it feels so incredibly lonely at times, where you don't want to date anybody. You don't want to be around anybody. You want to be alone. I like my own company. I like hanging out with my kids. I don't want to date anybody. And this is so crazy to me and so jarring, honestly, is because at one point in my life, that was all I wanted. Next to my kids, of course, they always came first, but I craved a relationship. I'm honestly so proud of me. I'm incredibly proud of myself because I'm different. I must be doing something right, but it's been a year now, almost 2, and now I'm realizing oh shit. Am I ever gonna find someone? Am I ever going to meet somebody that I will be happy with? I go on one date and instantly I'm like, no, absolutely not. Some of them have been for obvious reasons and I'm very glad that I walked away. But some of them are some of the dates I've gone on, I'm like, you will not meet me ever at the emotional depth, the ocean of emotion that is currently me. I will grow resentment. It won't work. I'm doing it for you too, dude. I'm saying no for your own well-being. And it's not that I dislike you now. It's not that I hate you. I have no hate for these people I go on dates with, but I'm like, you will never meet me there. Even just with certain friendships, you're like, it's very surface level most of the time. And it's very sad because I am not a surface level human being. I always call myself a strong cup of coffee. And I'm not always going to be this reservoir of emotion that you absolutely must always meet me there. And it's not like that all the time. But I'm actually quite concerned and somewhat relieved. I mean, dating for me now just honestly sounds purely exhausting. But I'm also grieving. Yes, I am independent. Yes, I am very strong. Yes, I do a lot of things on my own, and I am very proud of that. But you know what? Sometimes at the end of the day, it would be nice to have someone to come home to. But also, I am not the type of person to settle. Ever, 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 ever again. I cannot do it. And I feel like I just feel, I don't know how to describe this feeling. Like you've elevated to the point where now you're the only one on that plane. Like it's just you up there now. Like, yeah, you made it, you did it, you healed. Oh, by the way, you're the only one. I know realistically I'm not, but at the end of the day, I think I would be so incredibly mad at myself if I settled. So I'd rather be here. I'd rather be in the space I am right now than to settle and be like, God damn it, all that healing for nothing. But it's like this, it's weird. It's weird to be in this space where you feel like you're not going to be able to date anybody again. Because even if I wanted to, which most of the time I don't, but even if I really wanted to put myself out there again and go on a date, I don't think I could even get past the first date.
So I've seen some other creators talking about this, and I'm going to add my 2 cents. I am done dating. I deleted the apps after 15. I've been on dating apps since 2010. So after 15 years on dating apps, I deleted them. Used to be that I would delete the apps out of frustration, out of exhaustion, out of hopelessness. But this time, it's different. This time, I finally awakened to the fact that I genuinely do not want to be in a relationship. The way that I came into this knowledge about myself is that I kept meeting emotionally intelligent men who, you know, had good jobs or had passion in their lives. Like I kept meeting what I was asking for, what I thought I was looking for, and being like, no, I still don't want this. And so that's when I realized maybe I just don't want to be in a relationship. While I thought I wasn't ready, maybe I'm not ready, maybe there's something that I'm resisting, and maybe that's true. But the feeling that I have, I just had to admit, genuinely, I don't want to be in a relationship. I genuinely enjoy being single. I genuinely enjoy, focusing on myself and my own personal development and focusing on building community and my artistic expression that I'm getting back into, all of those things, my business. I don't know if I'm meant to be in a relationship ever, to be honest with you. I don't want to get married. I don't want to have kids. I definitely don't want to sleep in the same bed as somebody else, let alone the same room. Like, we could be in the same house, but we need separate rooms. And so I'm like, maybe this is not what I'm here for, which is insane because if you have been following for a while, you know that I was also on the twin flame path. And the twin flame path is actually what led me here, because the twin flame path is about union within yourself and learning to love yourself. And that's where I've arrived, at this level of self-love that is deepening every day, that I want to continue to cultivate. And I feel like the only way someone is going to enter this bubble of cultivation is if I meet them in the wild and I get to know them naturally and it develops naturally. That's the only way. I'm not dating people with the intention, like meeting people off the bat with the intention of dating. It just doesn't feel right anymore. We got to slow burn. We got to get to know each other. And if it feels like it wants to turn romantic from that, great. Otherwise,
nobody talks about the fact that when you're done healing, it's nearly impossible to date because you see red flags in everybody. You see so many things that you're not willing to compromise because you actually trust your intuition, and you can see when things are an issue with people that you won't be able to get over later on in the relationship. So you don't allow your feelings to get in the way of logic. You just cut it off before it even gets to that point. And then on top of that, you realize how many people aren't actually working on themselves and are just seeking shallow connection. Like, they're not looking to improve themselves as a partner. They think they're perfectly fine the way they are. So there's no room to even grow into a relationship together because they're already set in their ways. It's exhausting because you're also then feeling lonely at the same time, and that sadness can be overwhelming. But I would rather be alone than be with someone who's not right for me. At the end of the day, healing is very bittersweet.
So riddle me this. I feel like the more healed I get and the more I get to know myself, the further away I get from wanting a relationship. And this has kind of been hard for me because I feel like I'm going in like the total opposite direction. But, because we think that, once you're healed, you'll finally be able to love correctly and like love somebody correctly. And there finally became a time where I was like, I'm good. Like, I'm ready to date again. except I have absolutely no interest in that. Like, all my friends are like, you should just go on more dates, you should date more. And I'm like, that actually sounds horrible. That is quite literally the last thing I want to do with my time. I can't be the only one that feels like this. Like, I don't know like how to explain it. I'm just very uninterested. But it's not because I'm not healed. It's almost because I'm so healed to a point where I'm just kind of like, I just know that's not what I want. Do you guys get what I'm saying? And also, I would like to make it known that, like, I'm such a lover girl, so it also kind of makes me sad because I want to love. Like, I would love to love, but I don't think I'm really supposed to.
I was so far along in my healing journey that I didn't find anyone attractive anymore. And let me explain. The dating scene can get repetitive. It can start to feel like a little bit of a job interview, and everyone's just trying to put their best foot forward, and it just gets boring. I was going out with great men. Honestly, fantastic. But I wasn't ever leaving my dates feeling like I had just met someone romantically. Like, it always felt like a friendship. I decided one day as I was journaling, doing my witchy boo stuff with the full moon, that I was gonna cut off everyone that I was talking to. I went out with one of my girlfriends. We switched up our route, went to a different bar that we never go to. Didn't know anyone there, or at least we didn't think we did. We ended up seeing so many people that we had like mutual friends with. I don't know what it was, but it snapped me out of my dating rut, and I am back in my dating era. I was so focused on finding the one, and I was hyper analyzing anyone that I went on a date with, or anyone that I screened before going on a date with, that it took the fun out of it all. There was no like passion or butterflies, or it was just very boring. Now that I'm saying that out loud, it kind of sounds like I'm used to toxic, but I'm actually not. So since I realized that I was hyper-analyzing everyone that I was going out with, I stopped doing that, and it brought the fun back to dating. Dating should be fun and not taken so seriously. That's not to say not to have standards. My entire dating series is about elevating your standards. Like, those are still there. But for the girls like me that hyper-analyze anyone that you're seeing, try going into dating with this mindset. There's actually a quote from Sex and the City that Charlotte said to Carrie. Charlotte says something along the lines of, what if we're soulmates, and then these guys that we date, we just let them be great guys? So I'm taking a page straight out of Charlotte's book. Go on your dates with the good ones, but don't hyper-analyze them on your date. Don't think too much into it after your date. Just enjoy yourself and let things play out how they're supposed to. Love you.
No woman is having an issue finding a date, okay? They're not having issues finding boyfriends. It's the healed women or the healed people who know that they deserve better and know they've put in the work, they're putting in the work, and they want to continue to do that. That's when dating gets tricky, because now we're all too exhausted to just go on a bajillion dates and, mess around or one-night stands, whatever it is. We don't want to do that anymore. We want to protect our peace and live our silly little life. And then, if we go on a date here and there and find our person, great. But stop calling people, crazy or they're the problem because they have standards. That is something you should unpack in therapy.
Y'all be talking about how y'all are scared to be alone. I am scared to give my heart to the wrong person again. I am scared to trust the wrong person again. I am scared to put so much time and effort into the wrong person again, because I understood how hard it was for me to get over my last heartbreak. I remember the pain. I have a very vivid memory of trying to detach myself from someone. And real life took 2 years to real life, be like, okay, I can breathe now. Like, I am over this person. So my fear is never being alone. My fear is wasting my time, wasting my energy. And when you are a lover, it's important for you to understand that you have to be very, very, very intentional with who you give your time and your effort and your energy to, because they will drain you of it and leave you to pick up the pieces. Literally, you will have to pick yourself back up again. And I don't know about y'all, but I am tired of picking myself back up again and again and again and again. I'm not scared to be alone. I'm scared to choose the wrong person.
I don't know about the rest of my single folk, but every day single, I become less and less interested in the idea of a relationship or marriage. I've had my fair share of relationships. Some were okay, some were terrible. I genuinely just feel like there's nobody out there that I am compatible enough with to settle down. Maybe that's selfish of me, but I honestly don't care. I feel like so much of my life is centered around taking care of other people and not taking care of myself. When I think about my dreams for the future, it used to involve getting married, but I don't know if that's something I want anymore. I used to think being alone meant that I had to give in to the feeling of loneliness. And while I do feel that way sometimes, it's actually very freeing to be able to do what you want without having to answer to anybody. Maybe I'll change my mind eventually, I don't know.
It's not that I couldn't get a man, I just refused to settle, girls. I could have had a boyfriend 10 times now over. But that was never the issue. Men always seem to be there. But I've been single nearly 15 years now, and I'll tell you why. Because once you've rebuilt yourself from like the ground up, once you've dragged yourself out of addiction, chaos, codependency, like pain, the last thing you're willing to do is hand over your peace over to anybody who just doesn't know what to do with it. I've been through hell. I've sat in rooms alone, detoxing, just not just from substances, but from old patterns, trauma bonds, false love. I've had to teach myself what like safety really feels like. And I think once you've done that work, your tolerance for like any bullshit disappears. Like I stayed in a relationship for like 11 years, and then my last relationship was for 4 years. In 2 of those years I was the loneliest I've ever felt being single. So no affection, no support, no growth. He was kind, but he was weak, and I needed a man who could like lead, who could hold space, and it just wasn't him. So when people ask me why I've been single for this long, I tell them it's not just because I'm bitter or broken or hard to love. It's because I finally realised I deserved more than being a placeholder in someone else's life. So if love ever finds me again, it'll be peaceful and it'll be intentional, and I'll be with a man who sees my strength and isn't intimidated by it. Someone who matches my energy, not drains it. So until then, I'll just keep building, I'll keep healing, I'll just keep loving myself loudly, fully and unapologetically.
I just want to reply to this comment because I think it's quite interesting. Being emotionally exhausted is definitely a thing, but I think with me, it's more just I have spent years working on myself to get to a point where I can lean secure, right? And in order for me to get to that point finally in my life, I've done tons of work. I've done so much healing and still doing the healing, by the way. And so it's like I need somebody who matches that energy. It's like I need somebody who is also on a healing journey, somebody who has gone through that like journey of self-actualization. And I don't meet those kind of people. I don't know where those people are. Like, do I have to like, I don't know, like, is there like a singles night for those kind of people? But it's like, I want somebody who is woke. I want somebody who is awake. I really want somebody who questions this world and doesn't just accept whatever is given to them. I want somebody who, they question things and they question who they are as a person, and they're constantly like in this kind of state of introspection, because I'm always in that state. And we're just kind of bouncing off each other's energy and we finish each other's sentences. I mean, this person probably doesn't even exist. I mean, it's so crazy because I read a while ago this thing about the Phantom X, right? And avoidants have this thing, which is the Phantom X. But I feel like I don't really have like a Phantom X. I have like a phantom person that I've created in my head. And I'm like, well, if it's not that guy, then I don't want to know anyone. And that's obviously really unhealthy because, I mean, the person in my head doesn't exist and that person in my head is a fantasy. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe I have just like created this ideal partner in my head and I'm like, well, they need to be this way. And when I meet people in real life, I'm just like, nah, you're not that special. I'm losing brain cells. I don't know what to do. I need somebody who can really like mentally stimulate me.
When you heal too hard and you're no longer attracted to men, but you're also not a lesbian and you no longer leave your house, unless it's to go to a different country or state. That is the era you will enter before you blow the fuck up. So many old souls turn asexual before they get rich. And that's because when you're no longer entertaining dangerous drug dealer psychopathic men or mediocre dudes that split the bill, you have no desire to go out there in the wild. So all your amazing energy goes into your brand and purpose. And then from there, you're only a match to your most compatible soulmate. And you don't even have to leave your house. They will literally find you. If you've turned asexual or you're in your celibate season, get ready because your brand is about to go global. And when you do, your most compatible partner will come find you, even if you're sitting at home on your couch.
You see, the last lady, she is very, very right. Like, it's true. Because when you stay away from relationship, when you've healed too much and you don't want anything to do with a man or a woman when it comes to relationship, you see that energy of you dating, you pour that energy into your business, your career. Oh my God, you will flourish. Like, you are going to make a lot of money. You are going to blow up overnight. And as you are busy making your money, investing in yourself, your career, and everything, that is when the right person will find you. Most of the time, it's true. The right person will find you, and you don't have time. You don't care anymore because you are busy thinking of the next strategy on your business. And that is when your real partner come. And you don't have to go search for them. They will find you. And when they find you, you will definitely know. That is one amazing part of healing. It's amazing. When you heal too much, you will not have anything to do with anybody. Either you are a man or a woman, you will not have anything to do with the other gender. You just want to be left alone. You see, sometimes that's why a lot of girls and a lot of men don't like to heal. You see, once they break up, once they end a relationship, they like to dive into another relationship like instantly. They don't sit down to heal. They just want to keep going because some of them knows that when they heal too much, they will not want to date anybody anymore. That's why sometimes when you keep going into a relationship again and again and again, and you keep getting your heart broken again and again, then you decide to say, okay, I'm done. Let me think about myself. This guy did me dirty, or this girl break my heart. Let me just sit down and think about myself. That is what we call healing. And once you are in that stage, you begin to heal. You heal too much, and you begin to see the other gender like a distraction, especially when you have kids. Oh, it's done. You don't want to have anything to do with the other gender. Right now, you want to focus on your children, you want to focus on your career, you want to focus on your life. Then you will see them, they will start glowing, they will start shining, because right now they don't want to have anything to do with the other gender anymore. So is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? It's a good thing in one aspect, because by this time you focus on your business, you focus on your career, you focus on yourself and your children. You will see, you will blow, you will become more and more younger, youthful. You will be successful in your career, successful in all the things you put your hand. But the second thing is that you will be lonely. You will become lonely, especially when your children are gone. You'll be alone. That's why sometimes it's good to try again. You know, after you heal, when you heal, there's always that person. You find your person and you will try again. And maybe this time it will work, because nobody wants to live alone forever. I know now everybody's like, I want to be single, I want to be single, but nobody wants to live alone forever. So guys, that is my take on this video. For me, I think healing is good. We need it sometimes. If we've gone through a lot of emotional drama, emotional damage, we need it to reset our brain. And if you've healed and you don't want to date anybody, that's fine. That's also okay. Just focus on yourself, focus on your career, and focus on the beautiful things you love to do before. That is also perfectly okay. So guys, that is all for this video. Please don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section to tell us how you feel about this particular topic. Have you healed, or are you in your healing journey? Do you want to date you don't want to date anymore, or you still find yourself wanting to date somebody? Have you stopped dating? You just don't want to date anybody? You just want to focus on yourself, focus on your career, and focus on your children? Is that what you want to do? So we'd love to hear your own thoughts in the comment section. And also, don't forget to like. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. We love to see new people come into this beautiful space of ours. Until I see you in my next video. Stay blessed, y'all. Bye, guys.